Yun naman pala eh. Bakit magugulo kayong mga Muslim? Ha? That's the biggest question for me, ha? Para sa akin, question yun. Dapat tanungin nyo kami doon. Hindi, di ba? So if you want to study doctrines of Iglesia ni Cristo, it's proper na i-ask mo yung pastor ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Ha? In evil and injustice. Huwag magtulungan sa kasamaan, kahit kapatid mong Muslim. Oo. Pero kung kapag may non-Muslim neighbor ako, sabi niya, oh, kapitbahay, maglinis tayo dito. Mabuti po yan, makikiisa ako sa inyo.
Okay, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Sir JR po ng Usap-Usap University at mga ka-youthie, welcome back. Tuloy na naman po kayo sa ating episode. Para po sa mga baguhan ng atin po ginagawa, tayo po ay nanonood ng mga religious discussions, mga preachings, mga sermons, debate at iba pa. And for this particular one, I have to just mention na hindi po ito first time na nabigay tayo ng video reaction sa Islam. For this particular one, however, dahil po sa sadly isang tragedy na nangyari sa Australia and sinasabi sa mga balita na may leaks daw po sa Islamic State sa Mindanao. Ayan, kasi pumunta sila dito ng November, yung mag-amang shooter po ang tinutukoy ko mga ka-U3. Yung sinasabi po na tragedy shooting na ginawa sa Bondi Beach and if I'm not mistaken around 16 na yung namatay sadly, pinatay ng isang mag-ama na duo and what I know is they are of Pakistani descent po. And yun nga, wala silang habas na namaril last week. So it really makes us question and with all the other kind of extremists that we see on the news, ano ang stand nga ba talaga ng Muslim? And ang preacher po na ating pong papakinggan dito is from the show Discover Islam Baguio. And this is a Filipino imam, kung di ako nagkakamali. Sa akin pong background sa pag-aanalisa, ako po ay dating university debater mula po sa MSU IIT sa loob po ng 3 taon. Ako rin po ay nakapagdebate sa ABS-CBN News Channel, member ng isang international public speaking organization at delegado ng Pilipinas sa isang komperensya na inorganisa sa Harvard University sa Amerika. Mga ka-U3, alam niyo naman po yan, bagamat lumaki ako sa Mindanao, hindi po ako Muslim, isa lamang po akong hamak na video reactor. So maaari po na sa aking mga pagtatanong, it may seem I'm agreeing or disagreeing, but the reality is wala po akong religious agenda. Isa lamang po akong hamak na video reactor. So I'm just trying to give my honest and genuine po na reaction as I am watching the videos for the first time mga ka-U3. So if everything now is ready, let us watch this video together. Sabayin niyo po ako. Let's...
Lahat ng pasasalamat at papuri ay para lamang sa Panginoong Diyos. At ako'y bumabati sa inyo ng kapayapaan at naway sumainyo ang pagpapala at awa ng Panginoon. O di ba maganda? Tama? So that's why we Muslims say Allahu Akbar. Ibig sabihin ng Allahu Akbar,
God is great.
God is best, God is great. Yun po ang ibig sabihin nun. Hindi ibig sabihin nun, gera na. It so happened that some terrorists are Muslims, so they say the same expressions, no? But it doesn't mean it's peculiar or unique to them. Let us investigate what Islam is. Imbestigahan natin. Tama ba? Ha? Ma'am, nag-aral ba kayo ng mathematics sa high school?
Yes, sir.
Naging mathematician ba kayo? Hindi naman, di ba? So, kapag nag-aral tayo ng Islam, hindi ibig sabihin you are forced to become Muslims, no? But it will give you a better appreciation of what Islam is. And besides, Islam is affecting local and global events. We must investigate Islam. And you can never give a solution to something which you do not really understand or know. Paano nila masusolusyonan ang problema sa Muslim, yung sinasabing moral problem, hindi naman nila naiintindihan. By the way, Islam, ano pagkakaintindihan ninyo sa Islam? Religion?
Submission.
Kulang ang inyong pag-unawa kapag ganon. Islam is an ideology. It is a belief system. It is a set of ideas. Just like your religion. Just like your religion. Ang religion kasi only about spiritual things. Di ba? Pero tingnan nyo ang Islam. The way we dress, pati yung personal hygiene, pati yung iluluto sa kusina, pinapakialaman ng Islam. See? So, we must investigate Islam. At lalong-lalo na ako, Muslim, dapat kong malaman kung ano ang aking paniniwala. Sapagkat, hindi mo maaaring paniwalaan ng isang bagay na hindi mo alam.
Hindi mo alam.
Tama ba yan? And this is the problem with many Muslims. Di ba? I have to admit na itong problemang ito about Muslims is not invented by the non-Muslims. Di ba? Sinasabi ko sa mga Muslim, dapat magising tayo. Kaya merong mga ganitong problema kasi may mga kasamahan tayo na sumisira sa ating pananampalataya. Eto, tingnan nyo yung title. Al-Islamu Dinus Salam. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Al-Islam, the way of peace. O yun naman pala, way of peace. Ano pa ang problema? Di ba? Bakit peace? Bakit may mga Muslim na mukhang hindi yata peace? Ang alam. Al-Islam is originally an Arabic word. By the way, Arabic is a Semitic language. Alam niyo yung Semitic language? Ang Semitic language, katulad po siya ng Hebrew. Alam niyo yung Hebrew?
No,
Aramaic, Amharic. Ito yung Semitic language. No? Ang maganda sa Arabic, all Semitic languages are like this. They are based on root words. Ibig sabihin, yung original word, pwede mong alamin kung ano yung original niyang ibig sabihin. Meron siyang root word. So ano ang root word ng Al-Islam? Figuratively, it means submission and obedience to the will of God. Literally, it means, Islam, it means peace. Oh naku, nag-appear na naman yung peace na yan, which is the mandate of the Department of Interior, di ba? Maintenance of peace and order. O di kasama yan. Kasama yung Islam. Literally, it means balance. It means complete. Nako. Kompleto. Mamaya, may encounter natin itong mga words na ito. It means perfect. And it means security. Nandun din sa mandate ng DILG. Tama? Tama ba? Security. Yun naman pala Bakit magugulo kayong mga Muslim? That's the biggest question for me. Para sa akin. Question yun. Dapat tanungin nyo kami doon. The word Islam, it means what? Complete way of life. Kasi kanina, natingnan nyo balikan nyo yung literal meaning. Complete. Di ba? Nakalagay doon. Revolves around the belief in one God. Umiikot lang siya sa isang doktrina. Paniniwala sa isang Diyos. Ang tawag doon ay Tauhid or Absolute Monotheism. Kaya makita mo yung mga Muslim, ba't ganun yung mga Muslim? Sa karamihan ng mga Muslim, the same slogan, the same logos, so do not be deceived na baka magkakasama sila. They might be having the same signs or symbols, but they interpret it differently. Iba-iba ang paniniwala o pagkakaunawa, no? Ano naman yung Muslim? By the way, the word Muslim is derived from the same root word. Ano yung mga consonants doon sa Islam? SLM. Kasi consonants Tingnan nyo yung dito, yung MSLM. Yung mo dito is doer, fa'ilun sa Arabic language. The doer. Siya yung tagaganap o gumagawa. From the same root word, SLM, sa ligaya mamamatay. Yan. So, pag sinabing Muslim, ito ang legal definition under the Philippine law and even under Islamic law. Persons who testify that there is none to be worshipped but one God and Muhammad is His messenger. Balikan niyo yung main belief kanina, paniniwala sa isang Diyos, di ba? Yun yung definition. Okay, Muslim. Ano yung literal meaning ng Islam? Means peace. Di yung ibig sabihin niya, Muslim means are those who keep the peace. Yun naman pala wala na tayong dapat problema. Bakit may problema? Because Muslims are not true to faith. As simple as that. Hindi sila totoo sa paniniwala. But they are making you believe that what we are doing is Islam. At naniwala naman kayo. Yun yung problema Yun yung problema. What they are doing is not Islam at all. It's why? If they do that in a Muslim country, they will be persecuted. Muslim means those who submit to the will of God. Teka, yung literal meaning at saka figurative meaning, may question doon. Bakit sinabi literal meaning peace, pero figurative meaning those who submit to the will of God? Sa palagay nyo, anong connection? You cannot achieve peace unless you do the will of God in heaven. Nasa dasal din ng Christian, di ba? Yung Our Father. Ano sunod doon? And then, thy will be done. Sabi, thy will be done. Tama? If I am the handsomest guy in the world, walang kokontra, or the most famous, most powerful, the most wealthy, does it assure me of peace? No. Those very things are the cause of my trouble. Siyempre, pag magandang lalaki ka, pati ka pa mo lalaki, habulin ka. O, di ba? Kung marami ka naman pera, maraming mangungutang sa'yo, wala ka nang kapayapaan. Di ba? Oo. Kung ikaw ang pinakamakapangyarihan, meron din kukontra sa'yo. Tingnan nyo si Presidente, may kumukontra pa rin kahit makapangyarihan. Di ba? See? Because in the Islamic point of view, peace can only be achieved if we submit to the will of God. So this is a big question if Muslims truly submit to the will of God. It's a question. They are subject to the standard of Islam. Ako, I am subject to the standard of Islam. You as employees of DILG is subject to the standards of DILG, of course. Di ba? Tama ba yan? Yan. Because these are the groups that we belong. Muslim means all created things in the heavens and on earth. Teka, paano yan? In the Islamic point of view, lahat tayo Muslim. Yung mga buwan, araw, puno, ibon. Why? Is there anything that you know which does not submit to the will of God? Meron ba kayong alam na hindi sumusuko sa Diyos? Even the devil, God decreed him to be evil, so he submitted to the will of God. Di ba? So yan po ang definition.
Okay, before we continue, that's very interesting on the last line that he mentioned here. So ang pangalan po pala nito ng imam na ito ay si Bedejim Abdullah, ano? So it really caught my attention on he said earlier that God decreed the devil to be bad, to be evil. So I'm just wondering, sa perspective ng Islam, saan nagmula ang evil? Because the question there would be, what we see, the manifestations of something or a byproduct of something is a reflection of its creator. So does it mean that in the God of Islam, God has an evil side to him? That's why he created evil, created the devil, and decreed him to be evil. So please comment below, no, sa mga Muslim po ng mga viewers natin. But going back, I really enjoy ito pong sinasabi po ni Imam rito. And makikita din natin talaga yung kanyang experience, no, sa speaking. I'm guessing na palagi siyang kinukuha ng iba't ibang mga organizations, at least for people to have a basic idea of what Islam really is. Kasi what we know is itong video na ito na presentation is a lecture para sa mga DILG ata na mga workers, kung di ako nagkakamali. So what are the root words of Islam? So I like how Imam here mentioned about Arabic being a language that is considered to be kind of Semitic. So heavily na nai-influensyan sila ng root words. So the concepts he mentioned related to Islam, it's about peace, complete way of life, diba? Balance, security, and these concepts, I'm sure that you'll be discussing this more. Although I think it's also bold for him to say na yung mga nakikita doon natin, most likely mga misrepresentations ng Muslim, maybe ang kanyang tinutukoy is mga terrorists nga. They are not true to their faith. Yun ang sinasabi dito ni Imam, which is very interesting because you'll truly achieve peace, and that is equal if you submitted yourself or you followed the will of God. As it is with Christians daw, sinasabi niya kanina.
Ng Muslim. Kung titingnan ninyo, everything in the Islamic point of view is Muslim. But in the case of persons, mga tao, ang definition by law is those who testify that there is none to be worshipped but one God. So kahit ikaw ay kangkanai, but you believe that there is one God, you are Muslim. Okay, that's the definition. Kahit tausog ka, pero hindi ka naman naniniwala sa isang Diyos, hindi ka Muslim. Ito yung fundamentals of faith. Paniniwala, matters of belief. Number 1, we believe in the Almighty One. Taas ang kilay. Mayroon bang masama doon? We believe in His angels. We believe in Gabriel, Israfil, Mikael. Yon. You know this, ha? What I'm going to talk here, familiar kayo.
Gabriel.
His revelations, revelation to the prophets, di ba? Yung kay Abraham, kay Moses, kay Noah. And so we believe also in the messengers. We believe from Adam, from Moses, from Noah, Abraham, and then we believe in the day of judgment. Yun nga, binanggit kanina, isa sa mga terrorist strategies is the salvation of the afterlife. Masyadong may emphasis dito sa day of judgment, no? Na may araw ng paghuhukom. Maring hindi ako abutan ng batas dito sa mundo, pero may araw ng paghuhukom. Pananagutan ko yon. Ang judge doon ay ang Panginoong Diyos. Destiny is from Allah alone. We believe that Allah is the one who destines everything. Okay? So these are the fundamentals of faith. What are the pillars of Islam? These are matters of action. Yung kanina, matters of belief. Ang faith, it's nothing unless you put it to action. So ito naman yung action. Una, yung shahada, testimony of faith. Ano yung kanina? I bear witness that there is none to be worshipped but one God, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of God.
Sure.
Any person who says that from the heart, he is Muslim. Yun ang definition ng Muslim. And then we have salah or prayer. zakah or charity, saum, fasting. You heard about Ramadan, di ba? And then Hajj or pilgrimage. Doon lang ito ginagawa sa Saudi Arabia. No? Allah, what does it mean? By the way, may prinsipyo sa Islam. You cannot know or do not know anything about me unless I tell you something about me or somebody tells you about me. Tama?
Tama.
Agree ba kayo doon? Kung hindi ako nagpakilala, sino ba yung nag-lecture na yun? Si Bin Laden yata yun. Kala ko patay na yun. Mapagkakamalan nyo pa ako, di ba? So, we don't know anything about God unless God tells something about Himself. We know that
Or
there's God.
others.
Pero sino siya? So, this is how He introduced Himself to the messengers of God. The Arab Christians, they call, kasi I have read the Bible in Arabic also So they use the word Allah also in their Bible. They call God as Allah, no? Because that's how it is revealed to them. So Allah means the only one and true Lord. Yun ang ibig sabihin niya. Kung titingnan ninyo, merong quantity at merong quality. The first criteria, no, ng tinutukoy na Allah sa Islam is we pertain to the one who created everything. Ang siyang na lumikha ng lahat ng bagay. Yun ang tinutukoy na Allah sa Islam. Islamic logic dictates that if Allah is the one who created everything, therefore, anything created cannot be God. Hindi pwede maging Diyos kung nilikha siya. Ang tinutukoy naming Diyos, yung lumikha sa bagay na yan. Nakuha niyo yung basic principle na ito sa theology? So, hindi kami naniniwala na anumang bagay na nilikha ay Diyos. The next definition, the one who owns everything. Pwede ko bang kitlin ang sarili kong buhay? Buhay ko naman to, pakialam ng iba. Hindi po pwede dahil ito ay ipinagkatiwala sa akin. Tama po ba? So, dahil naniniwala tayo na ang lahat ng bagay ay ang nagmamayari, may isang nagmamayari. Tama? At ito ay pinagkatiwala lamang. Logic also dictates that anything owned cannot be a God. So kung sasabihin kong, ito ang Diyos ko, sabi mo, pwede ba ako makidasal sa Diyos mo? Ay hindi, bumili ka ng iyo. Akin to Di ba? Hindi pwede. Hindi pwede. No? So hindi rin namin pwede sabihin na ang Diyos namin. Sa Muslim lang yun, hindi kayo pwedeng makidiyos doon. Hindi pwede. Lastly, no? The one who commands everything. I cannot even open my mouth. I cannot even think if God does not decree it. Di ba? Definition kanina ng belief. The one who destines everything, decrees everything. Okay?
Okay, before we continue, very fascinating there. So I am now very curious about the idea of Islam as to the will of God and the will of human beings. Is there such a thing as human free will? Mga kayuti natin ng mga Islam, sa atin po mga OFWs po na nakatira sa Jeddah, sa Riyadh, ayan, sa iba't iba pa po mga parts ng Middle East. So what do you guys think about that? Dahil sinasabi po dito ni Imam Bedejim na everything daw nga was predestined. Ano kayang ibig sabihin sa concept nila ng predestination, mga kayuti? Subtly, in a way, we can see the difference here that for Islam, there's only one true God, only one God, and He created everything. So, by extension, kung si Jesus Christ is considered to be a creature na ginawa ng God, Jesus Himself could not be a God. Yun po siguro yung logic, no? Kaya I think marami naman po sa inyong nakakaalam na sa pagtingin po ng Islam, si Jesus Christ po ay isang propeta, Nabi Isa. Di ba po? Peace be unto Him.
So, itong tatlo na ito, creation, ownership, and commanding, ito yung mga sifatullah, mga katangian ng Allah, attributes of God. When we say or think about Allah, there should be no form. Why? Because whatever you create in your little mind, you cannot create God in your little mind. But it's the other way around. It's God who created us. To help you finally how to understand who Allah is, ito. The one worshipped by the prophets. O di malinaw na. Ang tinutukoy naming Allah, yung lumikha kay Adan, nakausap ni Moses, ni Jesus, ni Abraham, the one worshipped by the prophets. O malinaw ba sa inyo kung sino ang tinutukoy na Allah o kung sino ang sinasamba ng mga Muslim? The danger of thinking that Allah is the God only of the Muslims, thinking as if He is not my God, is ano yung belief ng Muslim kanina? there is no God but Allah. If Allah is not your God, then you are godless. Because there is no other. There is only one God. Nakuha niyo yung logic sa Islam? Okay, messengers of Allah in passing lang. Nuh, ang ibig sabihin nun, Noah. Ibrahim, Abraham. Musa, Moses. Isa, Jesus. Dawood, David. And the last messenger of God is Muhammad. Peace be upon them all. Muhammad, he is the last messenger of God. He is the messenger sent to the Arabs. No? And because he is the last messenger of God, we do not believe that he is the founder of Islam. Isa ito sa mga subtle na disinformation sa ng mga books. By the way, if you study Islam and if you're reading it from a non-Muslim author, you are misled. Pag sira cellphone mo, dadalhin mo ba sa talyer ng kotse? Hindi, di ba? So if you want to study doctrines of Iglesia ni Cristo, it's proper na i-ask mo yung pastor ng Iglesia ni Cristo. So the last messenger of God is Muhammad. He is not claimed in Islam to be the founder of Islam because illogical eh. This is a verse in the Quran. The Quran, no, yung Quran na sinasabi. The proper pronunciation is Quran. So God says that Muhammad is the last messenger of God. Hindi ka pwedeng maging founder kasi last messenger ka. Di ba? He lived during the 7th century and his life constitutes the model by which Muslims must emulate. By the way, the traditions of the prophets, we call it sunnah. Kaya kami tinatawag ng mga sunni. Okay? Meaning we are following the orthodox or traditional way. So, ang mga prophets, yun ang kanilang tradition. I'll give you an idea about one verse in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 135. Just to give you an idea. Sabi ng Allah, Bada a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and I will recite the Arabic so you will have an experience naman. Sabi dito, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kunu qawamina bil qisti syuhada'i lillahi wa alaw ala anfusikum. Ano ibig sabihin nun? O you who believe, be ye staunch in justice, witnesses for Allah, even though it be against yourselves. Maging ito ay laban sa iyong sarili. So ako, kahit drug addict ako, oy, Muslim, pwede na ba yan sa Islam yung pagda-drugs? Ay, hindi po, bawal po ito, kaya lang drug addict ako eh. Tinatanggap ko na tama, mali yun, no? Dahil pinagbabawal. So, kaya dito sinasabi na even though it be against yourselves. So, ibig sabihin, the law applies to all, even to Muslims. So, okay, ito yung mga ilang principles ng Islamic rights, no? The right to life, safety and provisions of life, protection and equity for women. Uy, controversial ito kasi may impression ng mga tao na hindi daw fair sa Islam. How come that the most number of people entering Islam are women? Mas maraming pumapasok sa Islam na mga babae kaysa mga lalaki because it is attractive to them. What attracts them to Islam? If Islam is unfair or unjust to women, ba't ang papasok dyan? O, di ba? Individuals' right to freedom. Right to freedom. Bakit parang ayaw namin sa Islam? We are repressed in Islam. Yun ang sinasabi ng mga tao. Hindi kami makainom. Hindi kami makagawa ng ganito. Hindi kami pwedeng mag-boyfriend, girlfriend. O, di ba? So, we have to define what is your right to freedom. Am I free to sell my liver? Sino nakakalan? Sagot doon. Hindi, di ba? It is a criminal act nga eh. Dahil may batas laban doon eh. Oh. Individuals' right to freedom, right to justice, equality of human beings. Tingnan nyo, sa Islam. Sa Islam, naniniwala kami kay Adan at kay Eva. The same story as in the Bible. Pero may very clear difference. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sa Bible, si Eve nagkasala, si Adam nagkasala, he blamed Eve for that. Di ba? Tama ba yan? And Eve blamed the serpent or the snake or the devil. Tama ba? Sa Islam, walang kwentong ganon. We believe that Adam and Eve committed a sin and both of them admitted that sin. So walang pagtuturo doon. Sa Islamic point of view, ang uniqueness lang ng men and women are in the uniqueness of our roles in society. So the right to cooperation. The law of Islam says, sabi ng Allah sa Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ta'awanu 'alal birri wa taqwa. O you who believe, cooperate. Right to cooperation in righteousness and piety. Wala ta'awanu, but do not cooperate in evil and injustice. Huwag magtulungan sa kasamaan kahit kapatid mong Muslim. Oo. Pero kung kapag may non-Muslim neighbor ako, sabi niya, kapitbahay, maglinis tayo dito. Mabuti po yan, makikiisa ako sa inyo. Okay? That's the sense of cooperation that is being commanded by the Almighty One God. Wa aqsitu inna Allah yuhibbul muqsitin. And act equitably. Makatarungan, pantay. Indeed, Allah loves those who are just. Iniibig ng Diyos ang makatarungan. Kaya ganun din, kung kami ay inaasahan na maging makatarungan sa kapwa, ganun din kayo. Tama ba? Kailangan bigyan nyo rin kami ng katarungan. Tama? Hindi lang sinabing sa Muslim o sa Christian lang. Ito, isang prinsipyo na itinuturo sa Islam about akhlaq or character. The very gist, or the summary of Islam is character. Sabi nga ni Ibn Taymiyyah, anyone who has surpassed you in character has surpassed you in faith. Sino man ang nalagpasan kanya sa maganda pag-uugali ay nalagpasan kanya sa pananampalataya. Why? Because character is the gauge of faith. Gauge doon sinusukat di ba pag sinasabi natin ang isang taong mabuti, ay masasabi natin siya ay may pag-ibig sa Diyos. Tama ba? Tama ba yan? That speaks true with Christianity also Oo. So sabi dito ng Propeta Muhammad SAW, by the way, the sayings and actions of Prophet Muhammad are the basis of jurisprudence in Islamic law. So dito sinabi niya, Innamal bu'ithu liutammima salihal akhlaq. Verily, I have only been sent to perfect righteous character. Tunay na ako ay hindi isinugo, kundi iparating ang mabuting asal. Yan ang objective ng Islam. Okay? So any Muslim, any person who does not reach that standard, he fails in the standard of Islam. Ito naman, compassion for others. Sabi ni Anas bin Malik, he reported that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, said, La yu'minu ahadukum hatta yuhibba li akhihi aw qal li jarihi ma yuhibbu li nafsi. None of you has faith until he loves for his brother or his neighbor what he loves for himself. Similar doon sa golden rule. Tama ba? Pero ang matindi dito, yung golden rule kasi walang element of spirituality. Pero look here. None of you has faith. Sa Arabic may nakalagay la yu'minu. Hindi kayo nananampalataya hanggat hindi mo iniibig para sa iyong kapatid at kapwa ang kung ano ang iniibig mo sa iyong sarili. O di mas malalim ang nito, ang narrative nito. Sabi naman dito sa Al-Quran, wa ta'awanu 'alal birri wa taqwa wa la ta'awanu 'alal ithmi wal udwan wattaqullah innallaha syadidul iqab. Help ye one another in righteousness and piety, but help ye not one another in sin and rancor. Fear Allah, for Allah is strict in punishment. Tingnan ninyo dito, in order to achieve a political, religious, or ideological goal.
Okay, before we continue, and medyo heavy na yun. Ito na nga yung terrorism, no? One of the main talaga na meat ng speech dito ni Imam Abdullah. Pero before that, gusto ko lang po i-mention mga ka-youth. Yung mga observations ko as we're watching this, na yung Sunnah po pala ay tradition of the prophets. And dyan nang galing yung isa pong uri ng sekta. And I would say the more dominant sa Pilipinas yung Sunni. Dahil dalawa po yung kundi ako nagkakamali. In general, yung Sunni at saka Shia, di ba po? So Sunni focuses on the traditions of the prophets. And kundi ako nagkakamali, doon naman sa Shia, meron silang issue yata kundi ako nagkakamali sa succession ng caliphate. But anyway, going back here, si Imam Abdullah ay nag-explain ng mga basic nga ng mga concepts sa pagiging Muslim at yung papaano tinitingnan ng isang Muslim ang kanilang righteous na pamumuhay. And sinasabi nga rito na if you you can sum up the life of a Muslim, it has to be shown in his character. And character is very important because it seems to me it is greater than faith because the character is the gauge of your faith. Ang sukatan ng iyong pananampalataya is ang iyong karakter. Na-mention din bahagya dito ni Imam yung patungkol sa about kay Muhammad, peace be unto him. Ang kanyang mga sinabi, ng kanyang actuations is naging basis ng behavior. Parang religious jurisprudence yun pang yung pagkakasabi kanina ni Imam dito. I wonder though, how much of his life of Muhammad, peace be unto him, is considered to be a standard for Muslims to follow, and how much could be considered as him just being human? Or the view is totally he is not human because he is messenger of God, mga kayuthi? So please comment below what you guys think. And before I forget, maganda rin yung nasabi dito na isa sa mga common na misconceptions na si Muhammad, peace be unto him, hindi po siya ang founder ng Islam. So that gives me the impression that Islam has been there and yung label ng Islam ay hindi lang nagsa-start noong 7th century.
Tama, yung sabi kanina ni Sir Bernie, to create terror or fear, at saka ni Sir Russell, di ba? Nananakot. Tingnan ninyo dito, bakit ko binanggit itong tribalism? Kasi may implikasyon ito, mamaya. The Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, sabi niya, Laisa minna man da'a ila asabiya. He is not one of us who calls to tribalism. Bakit ko binabanggit ito? Kasi we mistake tribalism to be Islam. Pinagkakamalan. At hindi kayo ang nagkakamali lang doon. Yung Muslim mismo, the Muslim himself mixes up culture and his faith. So sabi nga niya dito, very clear, Walaysa minna man mata ala asabiya. He is not one of us. Ay, hindi pala Muslim yun. Who dies following the way of tribalism. Tingnan nyo din yung sinabi dito ni Propeta Muhammad SAW. La yarhamullahu man la yarhamun nas. Allah will not be merciful to those who are not merciful to the people. Ang ginamit na word dito is nas, man. So regardless of religion, basta tao. No? So sabi dito, hindi kaawaan ng Diyos ang sino mang hindi naaawa sa kanyang kapwa-tao. So ito, tingnan nyo, peace with other creations. Tingnan nyo ang tindi ng Islam, di ba, sa ating civil code. Pag pumatay ka ng isang tao, anong tawag doon? 1 count. Kasi pumatay ka ng isang tao Kapag dalawa, 2 counts. Sa Quran, ang sabi ng Allah, if you kill a man, it is as if you have killed the whole mankind. Sa Islam, malaki yung gravity, yung pagka-grabe niya ba? So tingnan yung sabi ng Allah sa Quran, if you kill a soul, isa, it is as if you have killed the whole mankind. If you save a soul, it is as if you have saved the whole mankind. Tingnan nyo naman dito, sabi ni Prophet Muhammad SAW, Man katala usfuran, fama fawqaha bigayri haqqa. Ito, if someone kills so much as a sparrow, ibon, maliit, or anything larger, without a just cause, then Allah the Exalted will question him about it. Tatanungin siya, ba't mo pinatay ibon? Ibon So mas matindi mas mahigpit ang batas sa Islam. Kasi very clear Wajalla anha yawmal qiyamah. Tatanungin siya sa araw ng paghuhukom. Iba naman yung maliit na ibon. Tatanungin tayo doon. Everything, we will be asked about it. Sabi ng Propeta Muhammad SAW, guard yourself from greed, kasakiman. For greed destroyed those before you. It caused them to shed blood and to make lawful what is lawful. Ito ang explanation ko sa terrorism. Dahil sa pagkagahaman sa kapangyarihan, kayamanan, kasikatan, ang tao ay kaya niyang gawin ang lahat ng bagay. Okay, jihad. Ang pagkakalam ng iba, ang jihad ay yung pakikidigma. Jihad is a verb, action word, meaning to strive. Yan, literally means striving or struggling. I am on jihad. I am not doing this because it's my job. No, but I am here striving. Kanina pa lang, kahit nanginginig pa ako sa umaga, naligo ako, you strive. Kayo din, actually, you are striving to be here. To your work, for your family, di ba? Pero may definition. Sa Islamic point of view, pass or fail lang. So either you are striving in the path of God or striving in the path of the devil. So whether you are eating just a burger, yung burger, if you did not say the name of God or remember God, then you are striving in the path of the devil. Sabi ng mga prophets, whosoever eats or drinks without saying the name of God, the devil eats and drinks with him. Uy, kaya parang laki ng katawan ng devil, ha? Nag-KFC din. Oo. Jihad literally means striving. The most important battle a Muslim needs to fight is the battle within himself. Nasa theology din ng Christianity yan. Against sinful desires. This is a struggle, a jihad in the way of Allah, which is obligated to all. To me, to them, and to you. Obligado. Di ba? Lahat tayo may mga problema, may mga pagsubok, lahat yun nilalabanan natin. Di ba? Sa opisina, iuwi ko sana itong isang rim ng papel, wag na lang, masama. Oo. Yung ballpen sa office, ganda to, pwede magamit ko ng, uy, sa opisina pala ito. Di ba? Pinaglalabanan natin. This jihad to purify the soul involves struggling against greed for worldly pleasures, hypocrisy and insincerity, hatred and envy, arrogance and pride, vanity and narcissism, and other evil traits which Satan uses to lead us into destruction. Oh. Jihad of the soul against desire is the foundation of jihad. Oh, nakita niya?
Itong idea, di ba nasabi po kanina ni Imam Abdullah na meron din yan sa Christian theology, ang very popular po yan na concept, yung battle of man as a Christian against his own sinful desire. Ano yun concupiscence. Hindi ko ako nag-aamali, by St. Augustine. Ayan po. So I remember this because I read parts of this when I was in university. At dahil nag-aral po ako ng abogasya sa MSU Law, meron po kaming part dun actually ng napag-aral din ng Muslim Code of the Philippines mga ka-U3. So I think it's 1083 kung di ako nagkakamali. And inaral namin siya ng around 4 na semesters. But of course, it's fascinating to hear na ito pong idea ng fighting your own desire is very similar with Christianity. Tandaan po, in general, kung i-consider natin yung timeline ng last messenger of God based on the Islamic perspective, mas nauna ang foundation naman ng Christianity. But mga ka-U3, tatlo po yan yung tinatawag po sa Islam na mga people of the book. So, ang Muslims, ang Christians, at ang mga Jewish naman po, ang mga Hudyo, mga ka-U3.
Foundation of jihad. Sino nagsasabi nito? Si Ibn Taymiyyah. Bakit kinote ko siya? Lagi siyang kinokote ng mga terrorist organizations. Ito, si Ibn Taymiyyah. But ang tanong, si Ibn Taymiyyah ba terrorist? Hindi. So they just connected themselves with him so that they will have a sense of acceptability among the Muslims. Di ba? Kasi kung i-quote nila yung ibang tao na hindi kilala sa Islam, tatanggapin ba sila ng mga Muslim? Hindi. Di ba? And usually they will twist the teachings of Islam. So sabi dito, a Muslim cannot wage jihad against them. Bakit them? Ibig sabihin dito, outside. Kasi dalawang klase ang jihad. Internal and external. Pag them, outside, di ba? External. You cannot do that. You cannot change the traffic light unless you are able to change what's within you. Di ba? Unless he has first waged jihad against his soul and desires. Ayan. As for him who feared to stand before his Lord and he restrained himself from his desires. Tingnan nyo na naman. Desires na naman. Then paradise will be his abode. Those who feared to stand before his Lord. Natatakot siyang humarap sa kanyang Panginoon na siya ay may mga kasalanan at pananagutan. Katulad yung pagpatay dun sa ibon. Okay, offensive jihad. Ano naman itong offensive jihad? Sabi dito, وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ الَّذِينَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا. So, tingnan nyo, وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا, fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. Tingnan nyo yung prinsipyo sa Islam. Sa Christianity, correct me if I'm wrong, we love our enemies. Tama po ba? If we are your enemies, why don't you love us? If we are your enemies, why don't you love us? If you do so, you will be true to your faith. Sa Muslim, iba. We love our friends, but we will fight our enemies. Kasi hypocrisy, kung sasabihin namin that we will love him. So, halimbawa, bahay natin to, magkakamag-anak tayo, pumasok yung kriminal sa pinto. Ha, 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 I will rape all of you. Over my dead body. Hindi pwede yan. Hindi kami papayag dyan. Makikipaglabanan kami sa iyo. Tama ba? Gagawin nyo rin yun, di ba? Di ba? Tama po ba? We will fight him. Oo. So ganun sa Islam. We will fight anyone who fights us. Without hypocrisy yun. No? Doon nami-misinterpret ng Muslim ang kanyang paniniwala. At ganoon din, of course, yung non-Muslim sa paniniwala. Doon nagkaroon ng gray areas. Doon ngayon, ini-exploit ng mga deviant groups yung interpretation. O, tingnan nyo, pinapatay kayo. Na kailangan magkaisa tayo, labanan natin sila. Anyhow, very clear sa Islam, ang sabi dito, but do not transgress. Wala ta'tadu. Very clear sa Islam. Because why? Yung kanina, ang maawain, Allah loves the just. Tama? Ito naman, Allah does not love transgressors. Very clear. Inna Allah la yuhibbul mu'tadin. Hindi iniibig ng Allah ang sumusobra, yung extreme. Hindi iniibig na, yung radical, hindi iniibig ng Allah yun. So it is a part of their deceptive propaganda para may makuha silang, uy, kayo pag nagsakripisyo kayo dito, if you blow up yourselves, ay mapupunta kayo sa paraiso. Anong kalokohan yan? Eh, sabi ng Allah sa Quran, la taqtulu anfusakum, do not kill yourselves. Yung sigarilyo nga, bawal sa Muslim. Sigarilyo lang yun, Eh, lalo na kung papasabugin ko ang sarili ko, no? Eh, di mas lalo na, ang pagpatay sa sarili, mabagal man o mabilis, parehas din yun. Pinatay mo sarili mo, di ba? Pinagbabawal ng Allah sa Quran. Okay. Pag-usapan natin about deviance from Islam. Sabi dito, no doubt, the people of the book before you were split into 72 grupo. And this religion will be split into 73 sect. Ang mga Christian daw na nung time nila nag-divide sa 72 groups. Tapos ang Muslim will split into 73 sect. Sa Arab language, literature, ibig sabihin dito na increasing. Mas dumadami. Talagang mas maraming sekta ng Muslim ngayon. Ang akala nyo, kaming mga Muslim ay iisa. Iisa kulay namin. Hindi po, may puti sa amin, may itim, may pandak, may matangkad. Iba-iba po ang Muslim. Oo. So, sabi dito, 72 will be in the hellfire. Only one will be in paradise. Yan na sila makakatikim ng virgin. For they are the united community. Ito na yung sinasabi na Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And the Prophet said, there will emerge some people in my nation, mga Muslim ito kasi my nation who will be dominated by these desires, just as rabies dominates its patient. Magiging baliw siya. Kakita na kayo nung may sakit na rabies, di ba? So, dominated sila by, they are berserk, individuals, dominated by their desires. This is the major right-wing group. Yung sinasabi ni Sir Bernie na Maute, ISIS, Boko Haram, Abu Sayyaf, BIFF, Ansarul Khalifa, you name it. Lahat. And although the terminology of law enforcement is new terrorism, Khawarij has been here more than 1,300 years ago. So hindi siya new. Kaming mga Muslim leaders, alam namin itong threat na to. Ngayon lang siya nag-manifest sa non-Muslim world because of geopolitical intervention by non-Muslims. Ginamit ng non-Muslim itong division among Muslims. They thought ito yung divide and rule tactic na tinatawag. They thought it would benefit them, but it overspilled. Alam niyo yung overspill, Kasi hindi mo na kinaya. Sila ang nagsuporta thinking that it will divide the Muslims and wane the power of Muslims. Kasi, tandaan ninyo, nung time ni Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, dalawa ang superpower. Dalawa. Alam niyo ba yon? Persian Empire and Byzantine Empire. Nasa left and right, nasa gitna ang Arabia. And would you believe, because of Islam, unity in faith na sinasabi doon, bumagsak ang Persia, bumagsak ang Byzantine. Persia is anong bansa ngayon? Iran. Byzantine is what? Byzantium is what? Turkey.
Istanbul.
Yung tinatawag na Constantinople, pinalitan nila ang pangalan, naging Istanbul.
Yep.
Diba? Don't forget that. May historical precursors itong events na ito. No? So, na itong Khawarij, no, from the beginning, they are the people who left the faith and they became elitist. Samantalang the community is open ang Islam. Anyone can claim to be Muslim. Pero sila, no. If you are not
Hindi ka kasali rito.
fulfilling our requirements, then you are not Muslim. By the way, pag Khawarij, may tatlong katangian. 3 characteristics. Una, yung tinatawag na tanfir or disobedience to the leader. Ano yung definition ng leader kanina? Imam. They don't follow me. They don't recognize me. They have their own set of scholars. Ha? Pangalawa, in the Islamic faith, sa belief ng Islam, unlawful ang blood ng Muslim sa kamay ko unless by due process of law. Sa kanila, lawful. Ibig sabihin, pag iniwan ko yung bomba dyan, kaya sinasabi ni Sir Bernie, it is in the interest of the public that we be wary and cautious. Kasi yung bomba ba, pag sumabog, ang mamamatay lang yung Kristiyano? Eh kung nandito ako, di ba ka mauna pa ako? Hindi namimili, discriminate. Tama ba yan? So, ibig sabihin, ang Khawarij ideology is, although they claim to be Muslims, no, they don't consider Muslims to be their brothers. Although in their propaganda, they will claim. Kasi konti lang sila eh. They need to hide in the masses eh. Kailangan silang magpa-project themselves as marami. So tingnan ninyo, ang Khawarij may tatlo. Rejecting the lawful obedience to the rulers, declaring Muslims to be unbelievers, and justifying violence against Muslims and innocent people. So far, kanina, wala pa tayong nabasa na nagja-justify ng violence against Muslims and innocent people, di ba? In fact, it's the other way around. Tama? So therefore, their actions are declared un-Islamic by the Muslim leaders. Dahil ganito, tingnan nyo, common sense, kung ang nangyari sa Marawi ay legitimate Islamic action, ano pang ginagawa ko rito? Dapat nandun na rin ako nakikiisa sa kanila. Tama ba? Ano pang ginagawa niyo mga Muslim? Punta na kayo doon sa Marawi, tulungan ninyo yung mauteng. Oo. Di ba? Bakit sila hinayaang ganon? Sapagkat those action is un-Islamic. Very clear. Very clear. So do not be deceived. Dahil deception is the first step of the devil. Kung naniwala kayo doon, then you are already deceived. Because you don't know where the enemy is. And so, you are barking in the wrong tree. Yun ang mangyayari. Instead of having an enemy of 1,000, now you are thinking about 10 million people. They are all our enemies. Pag sinabi mong Khawarij, do not be deceived into thinking na ISIS lang ating kalaban. And you know what? You defeat ISIS, there will be another group. The same principle. It's not the people. It is the wrong ideology which infects their corrupt minds.
So far, this is really nice na lecture dito po sa idea ng Khawarij dahil honestly mga kayo, it's my first time hearing this. And this is very informative po para sa akin. Now, trying to understand the idea of being outsiders, trying to project that they are from the masses, but really their ideology is very different from the real, kumbaga, na Islamic doctrines. So, the way I'm seeing it sa nangyayari po sa ating bansa, and I'm not even mentioning about what happened sa Bondi Beach mga kayo, but on the issue of quote-unquote the moral problem. So, here, Imam Abdullah is saying, at least ang nagigets ko, dalawa ang problem, no? Yung tribalism, which means na hindi porke ito yung tribo mo, ay Muslim ka na, at pangalo, hindi porke na quote nila kanya si Ibn Taymiyyah sa kanilang propaganda, ay Muslim na rin sila na totoo. So, dalawang issue po so far ang nagigets natin, ang Khawarij at ang tribalism na nakikita natin na nagmi-misrepresent ng tunay na Islam. Ito po yung nagigets natin so far.
How does it happen? Because unwittingly, government and law enforcement is, excuse my language, no, has helped them promote this problem. Bakit? If you suppress Islamic faith, then these Muslims will resort to any, teacher. Diba? Kung halimbawa, ang mga pulis natin, mga pulis, isasara natin ang lahat ng police training center. Sir, kami mga pulis, saan kami magti-training? Punta kayo doon sa TESDA, punta kayo sa ano. Kaya makikita mo yung mga pulis nagmamarcha, dala ay welding. Kasi sa TESDA nag-training. Ganun ang mangyayari sa mga Muslim kung if they are not properly schooled in their belief. They will resort to many deviant teachings. At tama yung sinabi ni Sir Russell at saka ni Sir Bernie, marami sa internet. Because non-Muslims themselves are confused. At sino ba sa inyo ang tama talaga? Di ba? So dapat imbestigahan. No? Rawafid, the left wing of radicalism in Islam, itong tinatawag na Rawafid. Ito yung tinatawag na rejectors or rejectionists. No? These are people who reject the legitimate Islamic authority and leadership. They do not recognize Abu Bakr, Omar, and Uthman. They are predisposed to claim gulu. Kaya magugulo eh. Gulo na yan. Arabic word po yan. Ibig sabihin yan, exaggeration. Alam niyo ba in the English word assassin? From that word came from one of their groups, the Hashashins. It's part of their political policy to eliminate, assassinate their enemies. Kami, tama yung sabi ni Sir Bernie, we are under threat. Kasi they...
Okay, hold up. Hindi po ba yan... Okay, hold up. Hindi ba ang word na assassin was created or coined by William Shakespeare? Anyway, let's continue.
Don't recognize us. Mga Muslim ito By the way, why do I say they are still Muslim? Because their belief is between themselves and God. Sasabihin niya sa akin, ba't mo sinasabing hindi ako Muslim? Sino ka? My faith is between me and my God. So walang excommunication sa Islam Samantala, dun sa Khawarij, they practice excommunication. Ibig sabihin ng excommunication, Mr. So-and-so, you are not Muslim anymore. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng excommunication. Pinuputol ka doon sa paniniwala. Sasabihin ng tao, oo nga, masama akong tao, pero sino ka para pigilan ako maniwala na may Diyos? Di ba? So in the Islamic point of view, sa Orthodox, walang excommunication. Sasabihin namin na itong Muslim na ito ay masamang Muslim o lumalabag na Muslim. No? Sa kanila naman, ang paniniwala na pag ikaw ay lumabag sa kanilang interpretasyon, ay hindi ka Muslim. In their interpretation, Ayan.
Rejectors.
So ito yung mga includes the Shia. Maybe you heard about the Shia. The 12 verse.
Rejectors
Ito ang ngayon sila ang
left-wing.
in power in Iran, I mean. Yung Ismaili, Zaidi, Alawi. Alam niyo yung Alawi, they are in power in where? Syria. Si Bashar Assad is Alawi. Assassins, Druze, Sufis. Maybe you heard about this. So these are all under one umbrella. Itong Rawafid or rejectors. Yung sa right wing naman, they claim to be Sunni, but they are at the same time mutineers in Islam. Nag-mutiny sila sa leadership ng Islam. So they have their own set of leaders. So what are the geopolitical realities? Superpowers are interfering in internal politics of Islamic countries or Islamic groups. Hindi nila alam na lalong nakakasama yun. Muslim minorities are repressed in their native countries. Ito, kinakapitalize ng terrorist propaganda ito. Tingnan nyo, inaapi kayo, blah, blah, blah. This system is not a just system. You must strive, ano word for strive? Jihad for change. Baguhin to, kasi ano ito pangit ito, hindi makatarungan. Yun ang gusto nila. Because why? Kalat ang repression in those countries. There is covert conspiracy between the Khawarij and the Rawafid. Yung Khawarij, galit sa Rawafid. Yung Rawafid, galit sa Khawarij. But they don't know is, their leaders are conniving for a common enemy. Sino yung common enemy? Yung Orthodox Islam. That is the first enemy. Because they want to overtake, parang kudeta ito within Islam. They want to replace us. Oops, alis kayo dyan, mga pangit kayo, kami naman. Change. Kasi kayo, nakikipagsabwatan kayo sa mga hindi Muslim. Hindi ka pakikipagsabwatan yun if we stand together in justice. Because God commands that. Yung verse kanina, di ba? Itinuutos ng Diyos na makipagkaisa tayo sa tama at katarungan. Hindi hindi pakikipagsabwatan, no? In the negative sense of the word. Okay, the world is ignorant of Islam. Ito ang isang I would say, important point, no? The world is ignorant. I did not say non-Muslims because the first aspect of this is the Muslims themselves are ignorant of Islam. The Muslims themselves. Kung ang Muslim alam niyang kanyang paniniwala, ay hindi siya maliligaw. Tama ba yon? Hindi siya maliligaw. And consequently, na-strengthen yung view ng non-Muslims, ay, oo nga, mali. O, di ba? Lalo siya ngayong naliligaw yung mga non-Muslims. Kasi example, yung Muslim the world is not free from Islamophobia. Minsan, pagpasok ko pa lang sa isang kung yung mataas ang ranggo, pumasok, di napapansin. Ako, mapapansin yung Muslim. By the way, maraming Muslim kulang sa pansin. Part of terrorist propaganda yon. Nagpapapansin. Di ba? Kaya pag pinansin nyo naman in a wrong way, you are actually fanning the flames of terrorism. Ayan. Islam is a threat to Machiavellian politics. Hindi ko na siguro explain to. Aminin natin na ang ating sosyedad, ang ating mga nagpapalakad, wala tayong tinutukoy ay sila din ay alipin ng maraming bagay. And I will not, go further on this. I think you know this better than me. So dahil dito sa Machiavellian politics, pag sinabi na, si Imam, kontra ito sa pabinggo ko ano yan? Sisirain natin yan. Bago niya tayo sirain. Di ba? Teka, yung company ko, dahil we deal with liquor, itong Muslim na to, sabi nila, bawal doon liquor. Bay, loko. And we have money because we have big business. We can do something about that. There is something in the world, there is something wrong in the world today. These are the terrorist strategy. Okay. They want to project themselves as the leaders of Muslims.
That's true.
So, kapag kayo, naniwala kayo na as mukhang sila ang namumuno sa Muslim, then you are a victim of that. You believe them. So, the terrorist strategy also calls for projecting themselves as belonging to the majority of Muslims. Di ba? Ang karamihan ng tao ay, mga Muslim sila. No, these are a small group within Muslims. Ang tanong, yung paniniwala ba ng mauti, pinaniniwalaan ko ba yon? Ay hindi po. If you believe that I believe just like the way they believe, then you are among the deceived. Naka-first base na sila sa inyo. Ika nga. They want to project their doctrinal interpretation as the legitimate Islamic definition. Tanungin ko kayo, ang nagtuturo ba ng mathematician yung magaling kumobra doon sa bulangan, yung bulangan, yung cockfight stadium.
Sa
magaling sa pera yun. Oo. Siya ba ang magtuturo ng mathematics sa inyo? Even though magaling siya sa mathematics? Aba, hindi. Di ba? Hindi pwede yon. Kung sira ang electric fan mo, kung sira ang electric fan mo, dadalhin mo ba dun sa nag-aayos ng sapatos? Aba, hindi. Hindi mo gagawin yon. So, sa Islamic point of view, ang legitimate leaders of the Islamic community are the legitimate Muslim teachers and leaders. Hindi lang basta-basta leader. By the way, may two forms of leadership in Islam. Iba ang political leadership sa Islam, iba din ang religious leadership in Islam. Just like sa inyo, ang bishop, he is always going to be there. Ang mayor, governor, they come and go. Tama? And they never claim spiritual leadership. Now, what is Islam? It is a spiritual ideology. Tama? So, the legitimate leaders are spiritual teachers dapat. Di ba? Hindi naman siguro nag-claim si Jesus na siya ang leader ng mga Buddhist. Ba, hindi. Tama ba yun? So, do not be deceived. So, usually, their strategy calls for selective and extreme in scriptural interpretation. Pinipili lang nila yung mga verses. Pinipili yung nagsasabing, labanan nyo na. Yung verse na yun, correct, because that verse was revealed in the context of fighting. Pero it's not always like that.
Ito pong pick and choose, kumbaga, ng interpretation at wrong na context, ang tawag po natin yan sa logical fallacies, confirmation bias. So here, I think it's very clear so far, no? At the last na parts ng speech po rito ni Imam Abdullah, sinasabi niya yung mga kamalian ng iba't ibang mga wing, quote-unquote, merong left wing, merong right wing. He was able to mention about the left wing, no? Mga rejectors naman. So very interesting po sa akin yung na-mention niya about the Shia considered as rejectors nga, for example, ngayon yung leadership ng Iran, no? Under po yan sa Shia at iba pang mga halimbawa ng leadership. I also like how these people, quote-unquote, terrorist, extremists, they do not actually obey what is said by the Imam. Instead, they project themselves as the leaders of the Muslims. Kaya kung titingnan nyo po, yun nangyari sa Marawi, for example, nung siege ng what year was that? 2016? Na ang mga maute, mga talagang Marawi born yan, together with some foreign na mga fighters at iba pang mga naengganyo nila, they are believing really of establishing a different kind of Islamic state nga, So obviously, they're projecting themselves to be the real na mga leaders ng Muslims, to which of course actually they failed. And I know for a fact with my friends po na taga Marawi na hindi po sila suportado talaga. But of course, may ilan na kumbaga na-recruit nila, no? Kaya nga ganun na lang yung kanilang alam na knowledge about sa urban warfare, naging advantage nila at yung mga tunnels, no? Mga pasikot-sikot, nalaman nila dahil nga nakapag-engganyo sila with their same na ideology, mga KU3.
Kahit naman sa Quran sinabi, you eat lawful food. Kung time na ng sleep, eat ka pa rin ng lawful food? Hindi, you go to sleep. May tamang context sa tamang scripture. Okay? Alam ba, sinabi doon na sumiping ka sa babae. Correct yun. Because ang context nun, ang tinutukoy, asawa mo. Hindi sa kapitbahay. Di ba? So tinitingnan nyo context ng revelation or scripture. Tingnan nyo dito. They want to provoke non-Muslims to commit injustice and heighten discrimination. Gustong-gusto ng mga terrorist yan. Kasi it will add credence or justification to their propaganda. O, tingnan nyo, inaapi kayo ng mga hindi Muslim. Ayan. Samantala, on the part of the non-Muslim, it is his ignorance of the matter why he is driven for that. Mga Muslim, pare-parehas sila. Ignorance. Ignorance. Okay, dito, they have their own scholars who formulate such views. May sarili silang scholar. No? At sa amin, identified yun, yung mga scholar na yun. Diba? Kumbaga sa pulis, yung nang hold up, naka-uniform din pero alam namin, hindi pulis yan. Alam namin, hindi military yan. Siyempre, they will disguise themselves. Pero hindi natin pwedeng sisihin ng pulis doon kasi ginamit yung uniform yung damit. They want to induce suppression of traditional Islamic doctrine. Gustong-gusto nila na mapigilan yung orthodox teaching of Islam. Why? Because if Muslims are ignorant, then their propaganda can work, their indoctrination can work on those Muslims. Kasi ignorant Pero kung ang Muslim na yun well-schooled, well-learned about the faith, ang hirap natin maloko ito kasi katulad nyo ngayon, at least may idea kayo. Maluloko na ba kayo? Hindi, di ba? You have already learned something, however small, di ba? So ganun din sila. Gusto nila suppression of traditional Islamic doctrine. They will support that. And tandaan nyo lang ang pagkakaiba. The same objective, paradise, salvation, deliverance from sin. Yung sinasabi ni Colonel Maka kanina. Pero, different way or means, pamamaraan nila. Ibang-iba, malayo. Sa Orthodox Islam, hindi pamamaraan yung violent methodology. Kasi, di ba, may proof nga tayo kanina, hindi naman iniutos yun Hindi yun iniutos, yung violent methodology. Violence only is needed if in a situation of violence. Nakuha niyo itong punto na ito. I think sa doctrine din ng Christianity, bakit may pulis? Kristiyano siya, kailangan ibigin na. Pero bakit kailangan mo pa rin gawin trabaho? Because in a situation where violence is necessary, you have to apply it. So ganun din. But sa kanila, yung immediate change na gusto nilang ma-achieve is through violence. No? Yun ang kanilang objective. And then finally, my recommendations is that, katulad ng ginawa natin ngayon, study the Islamic faith because it will widen your perspective and understanding the problem. Hindi natin mauunawaan ang problema kung hindi natin pag-aaralan yung mga aspeto nito. we can never understand that. No? But if we study the Islamic faith and the difference with the various ethnic cultures that Muslims belong, it will widen our understanding. And doon magsisimula ang perchance we can solve the problem. By the way, I mentioned here various ethnic cultures. Do not be deceived. Iba ang Islam
Tribalism.
sa ethnic culture. Iba ang ethnic culture ng Ibaloy Muslims sa Islam. Okay? Iba ang Ibaloy Muslims sa Maranao Muslims. May pagkakaiba doon. I recommend also that we engage the Muslim community. We involve them. Teka, kayo mga Muslim, mamamayan ba kayo ng Pilipinas? Opo. Tulungan nyo kami dito. Involve them. Do not treat them as second-class citizens. Di ba? Otherwise, they will think, teka, pinapalayas tayo sa sariling bahay natin, agawin na natin yung bahay. O, di ba? Ganun ang magiging solusyon. Ba't nila inaagaw? Agawin din natin. O. And then, third, we need to garner ulama. Ulama means plural of alim or the religious leaders. We need to garner their support and counsel. Kasi sila ang nakakaalam ng sitwasyon. Sila, ang mga religious leaders. Ha? Hindi masosolve itong Muslim problem na ito if we do not consult religious leaders. No? We cannot solve the situation by injecting a foreign idea. It's always going to be within. Kung magkasano dito sa Pilipinas, ang makakasolve ng problema natin, tayo din. Tama? Tayo din. Hindi pwedeng Amerikano o Hapon o Inchik. No? So, of course, we need to understandable ito, uphold social justice, and suppress bias and discrimination. So, yon. Finally, Allah said in the Quran, "Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas, ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah." You are the best of people, evolved for mankind, enjoining what is right, forbidding what is wrong, and believing in Allah. And finally, Wallahu yad'u ila daris salami wa yahdi man yasha ila siratin mustaqim. But Allah calls to the hope of peace. He guides whom He pleases to a way that is straight. And so again, I thank you everyone. And kung ano man ang nasabi kong masakit, sana paumanhin ninyo ko. And to God is all the glory. Allahu Akbar. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, mga ka-youthie, so dyan po nagtatapos ang ating episode ngayon. Very informative. I like how it was presented, and I was wrong. I was thinking na it's more like a preaching, but it's actually pala parang lecture series. And Imam Bidijim Abdullah really explained to us in a very clear way yung mga misconceptions that we have. And honestly, I really learned a lot from the right wing and then the left wing, yung mga rejectors, and how, like yung analogy na ginamit ni Imam Abdullah kanina, na pag ang isang kriminal ay nagdamit ng isang, for example, police na attire, police na uniform, you would never say that he's really indeed a police, no? He just pretends to be one, but he isn't really one, no? So napakagandang perspective po yun. And na-mention niya rin, syempre, do not treat Muslims as second-class citizens. The reality, mga ka-youth, isa sa mga grupo na talagang nadidiscriminate din kasi is yung mga Muslim. And one of the reasons for that is because, for example, for women or even for men, it's easy to identify na makikilala mo rin kasi talaga sa damit. And for others, no? Sa isang bansa na dominated by Catholics, by Christians, ang daling i-point out, ay ito mga Muslim to, ay ito mga Marano ito, something like that. But ultimately, we just have to respect each other, mga ka-youthry. And I like the general messaging of Imam Abdullah here, na it's important to understand the perspectives and what really makes a Muslim a true Muslim. Na-mention niya po din kanina yung konsepto ng plurality ng leaders. No? I remember near my university sa Mindanao State University, mga ka-youthry, meron doon bishops and then ulama conference. Ayan. So, ito po ay gathering ng mga religious leaders, especially on their perspectives on peace and being diverse, yet unified. May pagkakaisa despite the diversity, especially in Mindanao. Mga ka-youthie, what do you guys think about this episode? I hope you enjoyed this. This is very informative. If you like these kinds of contents, you already know what to do. Subscribe kapag ikaw ay baguhan. You can also watch that video there and then also that playlist over there. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye-bye.